Hello, my name is Darren Clark, and this is the final build for my project for game development practicum. It's Inlay, a watership down RPG. Hopefully, if you've been following along, you'll notice quite a few improvements here. We now have a how to play section, which again, it could be a little better laid out, but I was running short on time. Just a few credits on what I used to build the game, and we'll hit start and get into it. My apologies about the audio. I'm actually going to see if I can turn that down quite quickly. Apologies. And it should be a little bit better now. Okay, so the game is still much the same story as we saw before, but we have a few additional features included. So we'll get through now to Sandalford. You can see some of the NPCs are actually moving. Pardon me. I would have liked more time to get a few more of them working with nav meshes, but I just wanted to prove that I could actually make it work and to show that the nav mesh is actually quite easy to use. I was surprised with how quick I was able to get that going. We have Hazel, of course, still. We can now go to the river, and each area actually has its own kind of music and theme, and the fights, of course, have their own music and theme as well. You can see that the battle scene has improved a little bit. The backgrounds are looking a little bit nicer in there. Spawn rate's still slightly problematic. I thought I'd fixed some of the issues. That might have just been bad luck, but it shouldn't be spawning as badly as it was. You still do get turned around after fights, unfortunately. I haven't quite worked out why that's happening, but I am still looking into it, and just because we've finished the game development practicum project doesn't mean it's finished for good yet. I would like to do some more work on this game and actually maybe even get it up to a full release, if I could. But we shall see how that goes. And another fight. This is unfortunate, but we'll make do. Okay, and another fight. I definitely need to do more work with the spawn rates here. It actually was behaving quite a bit better for me earlier today, but well, grab the... okay, or we won't. We'll finish off these rats, we'll grab the flower, and we'll head back out. Now, grab the flower, please. Excellent, and now we can make our way back out. Luckily it turns us the right way when we're leaving. Oh, of course, there's 4 of them. It does spawn randomly between 1 and 4, so you're not guaranteed 4, but it would be my luck. And we'll just finish those off quickly. Fantastic. It isn't as bad in the spawn rates as it has been previously. One of my playtesters had a very unfortunate time and spent 20 minutes trying to escape from the woodlands, so that was a bit of a problem. Okay, that's unfortunate. But it should just be a moment to take those out and we can get back onto storyline. One thing that is happening behind the scenes after battles now is XP is actually being added to the rabbits. Now, I don't have it storing over after each fight, so it's awarded at the end of the fight, and then, oh my god. This is a particularly bad time for spawns, apparently. There we go. And I've moved the rabbits back to still. Hazel and Fiver will still have a chat if you go over to have a look. I've updated some of the dialogue as well, so they have something slightly different to say now. But we'll head back inside and we will talk to the chief rabbit. And once again, new music for the area. Not too much of the dialogue has been updated in here, but there has been some small parts, I believe. But we've talked to Bigwig, we can now head through, talk to the Chief Rabbit. I am just going to fly through this dialogue. That's another thing that's actually worked out a bit better. The dialogue picks up a lot nicer now when you press the E key to talk to people. Occasionally you'd have to hit it 2 to 3 times the way I was doing it before, but now it's improved nicely and it generally gets it first time every time. But for now we will head through to bed and quick chat with Fiverr. And here we are, night has fallen. We are heading out to, oh, here we go, to escape. That is another thing I had to fix, was the lighting issues. A few players who were playtesting for me were reporting issues with the lighting. While it looked fine on my monitor, it was very low on some other people's, to the point where you actually couldn't see where you were going. So that was something I had to look into and solve. But now Bigwig has joined us, we can head into the woods. And hopefully I'll hit at least one battle on the way. Knowing my luck, I'll hit 12. There we go. And you can see that the battle scene background is actually updated. Now it's actually in the woods that we're fighting. And we'll also have Bigwig having joined us. So we have an extra fighter on our side. Other than that, unfortunately I couldn't obviously include the complete story of Watership Down in this, much as I would have liked to. Time just wouldn't have allowed it, unfortunately. But if you're not familiar with Watership Down, by the way, I do absolutely encourage you to check out the film or the book. Both very enjoyable. And that was another small system that was nice, was if you have an attack aimed at one enemy, but that enemy has died, it will automatically switch it to another. And of course we get another fight. Shouldn't be too bad, we'll get through it quickly enough. Hopefully this will be the end of them. It is not. Okay, we'll just drop him with a couple more attacks, and down he goes. Now, and hopefully we won't get too many more between here and the exit, which is just ahead of us. Okay, only one rabbit, we won't complain too much. Another thing I would have liked to include with a little more time is more enemy types, but of course you can see we get rats and we get rabbits. Of course the models are still very basic, and that's something I'm not best pleased with at the moment. I would have definitely liked to include some new models that I could have possibly rigged and animated so you could actually see them hit with attacks. They wouldn't just slide along the ground for movement. It would have looked a bit better, but that's it for now. We get to the end screen. You escape the woods and are on your way to find a new home. Hope to keep updating. If you have any questions or anything, please do leave them in the comments. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed a look at this. If I do have any big updates in the future, I'll try to remember to post them here as well. And thank you very much for checking out my game.